Okay, it's 11 o'clock at night, and I didn't do a video today, and there's just so much and so many things to do. So let's start it with the easy stuff, okay? The letter N is the 14th letter. 14. The letter W is the 23rd letter. Okay? What? Hold on a second. Okay, I had a visitor. 14, in between that is 2 and 3. 2 and 3 is 5, 1 and 4 is 5. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is 5 and 4. It will build the IT system. It is the sun. It creates 5 and 4 is the number of the sun. The number of man is 28. The number of the sun is 54. 54 sun, man is 28. It's very simple because all I want to do is what Einstein says. Keep it relative. Keep it easy. Keep it what you see is in front of you is what you understand. Take it from there. You can't start in hell or high water. You start with one drop and you take it from there. And when you start from one drop, this is your oil. Okay? Oil. L10. The law of 10. Because I and O, when they're together, that represents 10. L represents AB. So it becomes the lab. The 10 lab. Okay? This is your 10 lab. It gets the ball rolling. But let's go back to north. 5 and 4, 28. 5, 6, 7, 82. This will regard to T and H equals to 28. 28 is time heaven. South has 28. Time heaven, from north to south. East and west have S and T, spirit time, time of spirit. S and T equals to 39, or the letters RU combination, or the letters OX combination, or the letters ST combination, RUST, O and X. Where does O and X come together? When you have two lines, you come in from outside the box. You come into the box, you go into the center of the box, and you leave outside the box. Okay? Outside the box. It becomes your Vav in Hebrew. Vav. Vav for man. V-A-V. This is your center of one world. This is a half world because it brings the bottom world into the center world and the top world. This becomes a half world. Call it 5 because everything that's divided by 2 becomes half and everything that is half is a 5. 5 and 2 is the number of man. 25 is the letter Y, which is the B, which is the divided world of Venus. B and E, B being in the E family, creates the 7th gate. East, west. When you have E and A together, it creates the letter O. Okay, O says water. Or you can go, you can also mark toast, which means to be grilled, which means in the oven. Therefore, we are in the oven of the sun. East and west are opposite each other. Spirit time, time spirit. Okay, east and west, 4 and 6 east and west, 3 and 7 east and west. In Lo Shu, your 3 plays from the 4 position. Your 7 plays from the 6 position. 7 and 6 coming together equaling to 13 equaling to 4. 4 and 3 coming together equaling to 7. 7 and 4. Okay? Now let's go back to here. South, O and U when it comes together, it's a total of 36, which is creation. The word 11, E-L-E-V-E-N, or Friday. It speaks about Friday when man 6 is born. 11, lev means the lips, bringing your lips together. Okay, bringing your lips up makes a smile. Bringing your lips down makes a frown. Frown down makes it all round, giving you the eye. In between, it's just an understanding that everything is relative. Ella means her. It is also the ears of the elephant. South bringing O and U, meaning where? 2 vowels. This is a double U because it is in the family of U where W says it's double. That means there's 2 of them, means it links in numbers. This is number 19. Number 19 is in pool. 1 and 9 are both yellow. They're both in the same family. They're almost like opposites. 1 and 9. 19, 16, 55, 65, 75, 83. This becomes the church. 83 for south. This becomes the church. It becomes 24 and 11 equals to 35, run by electric company. 3 and 5 is Earth and Jupiter. And if you think Jupiter is the largest planet, it's only because what you can see, and you have big eyes. Hey, big wolf, what great big eyes you have. So you have to understand the relativity that actually that Jupiter can actually be the smallest planet, and it's all in your head. South gets 83, North gets 14. This is the gold. Row your Orr, or Bobby Orr. It counts for number 4 because Bobby Orr was number 4. Number 4 is in the 4 corners. It stands for 0. We put the brackets on it, and the brackets show up on the 9 and the 0 key. 90 is number 36 for creation. The way you get there is 9, 18, 27, 36 will equal to your 90. OR equals to 33, 47, 57, 67. North becomes 75. 75 is actually the Magen David, Star of David, where the center part is 5, but it is the gateway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the gateway is where 7 plays in the 5 position. This becomes A, B, G, E. You want to look at the Clark and Gable. You want to look at the arc, the gateway linear, here and here. Either you're going from this side to this side, or from this side to this side. The center counts for 2 worlds. Here's the 2 worlds, up and down, east and west, equaling to 4 worlds. The center partakes in 4 worlds, making it 1/4 of all the worlds, plus the whole that itself becomes 1 1/4. 1, 2, 3, 4 worlds, plus the totality whole is 5 worlds, and 1/4 of each one of these to make it 5.25. Okay? So you have north 7 and 5, south 8 and 3. 8 and 7 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 5 and 3 is 8. This will become what I call is in 8 we play 6. This is the relevant factor where, okay, there is no 8 on any of these dice. The only way to make 8 is 5 and 3, 4 and 4, or 6 and 2. Okay? And all the opposite of 8s will always equal to 6. 6 and 8. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, will again equal to 6 and 8. 4 and 6, 2 and 8 are the only ones in the dice that can possibly equal to the 10-10 world. 10 times 10 is 100, which is 212 Fahrenheit, which equals to the 5 dice. This one over here, 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, whichever way you look at it, unless you go this way, 1, 3, 1, which is 11 times 11 times 11 is 1331. This is one way to look at the dice, the way we break it up into 4 worlds, or we turn the dice this way, understanding the same thing is over here. This one will return 1 world over here it'll run 1 world over here. This is 8. This will run 1 world over here as 6, and it'll run 1 world over here as 6. But you can't count the one that's down, so it's running 5 and 5, because when 1 is down, 1 is up, and all around this is 14. 8 and 6 is 14, and the odds on 8 and 6 pays 7 to 6. When you go play the game of 7-11, the odds pay 7 to 6. Okay, 7, you bet 6, and you get 7 back. Okay, plus your 6 equals to 13. Now the only way to get 13 in casino chips is 2 5s and 3 1s. So you must get a return of 5 chips. Plus the 6 that you made a bet is 2 chips, a 5 chip and a 1 chip. So you get a total of 7 chips back making this bet, because that's the way the casino chips. There's no $10 chip in the casino. They create the $20 bill. They go to Monopoly. They create the $20 bill. But the reality is it's all 5s. All 5s. Center here, center here, center here, center here, all 5s. This is the center of the totality. But this one will get 9 and 14, 9 and 5. So we now have 6 times 8. 6 plus 8 is 14, and 48 equals to 62. 2 and 6 equals to your 8 one more time. Now we're going to do east and west, okay? Do you understand what we did? We did these. This is the church, and this is the gateway, the electronic gateways. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 plus 8 is 11, equaling to 35. 5, the first number, and 3, the second number, create its own 10-10 world in itself. These are the numbers. Now we're going to go to here. We did this number over here. This is your south. This is east. 5 and 1 is 6. And 39 equals to 45. Add 6 equals to 51. Mars would be your gateway. Why? Because every time you see a T in there or a J, always add a 6 all the time. T or J, add 6. J, T. Why? This bar is a crossover link. This links to one world. This T will have an underworld over here that will link the bottom section. And then there's the T up, which is your T-ball linking the top section, either 1 and 3 or 7 and 9. But let's leave it at that. 1 and 3, 7 and 9. But if you're playing low shoe, okay, when the shoe is on the other foot, do you understand? Everything is relative. Instead of 1, 3, you end up with 4, 2, the cat in the hat. Instead of 7 and 9, you end up at 8 and 6. You end up north, your North Star. This equals to 51. West, which says we the people. What do you mean, we the people? You're including me with everybody else. It's me and I as one of the stars, okay? With all the people, it's I and all. It's me and all, okay? It's not we, it's me. It's I. Account for me and all. 23 and 5. 23rd letter, 2 and 3 is 5, and the 5th letter over here. 5, 5. 19th letter, 20th letter. 19th letter. So what we do is 39 plus 5 is 44. Plus 23 is 54, 64, 67. Plus the T comes together. We add 6 equaling to 73. This will be your Nibiru number, okay? Number 73, 7 and 3 is 10. This will create your gateway. 5 and 1 is 6. 28, 61, 71, 75 is 3. 83, 28, 64, Zion, Israel. 74, 83, the Church of Zion, Israel resides in the south. This will be 2. 11, 1 and 1 is 2. The K letter. 2, 3, 6, 7. 2, 3, 6, 7 are the numbers we get from this, okay? Otherwise, if I don't add the 6, this becomes 4. This becomes 9. The east and west as 4 and 9 before I make the switch becomes Pluto running in Mars. Pluto running in Mars. Here's Pluto, and I run in Mars, and this is what it does. This is what it does. This is on the time clock. Now, if Pluto runs in Mars on the time clock, the time on this clock between the long arm and the short arm tells me that the time is 9 o'clock and 135 degrees past the hour. This would be 4:30. This would be running on the 20. I think the 20 minutes after the hour, 20 minutes after 9. 9 times 6 is 540, plus 20 minutes onto the hour is 560 minutes. 560 minutes is communication. Again, if you want to count this, now how much time? This is 15 minutes. And this over here this is 15 minutes to here. This is halfway between here. It's actually 22.5 minutes, this one over here. So this is 9, and this is 22.5. Now forget about everything. 9 plus 22.5 equals 315 or 315. That's the way you do it. You just break it down to basic numbers, forget about time. It equals to 315. Now 315 is special because you remember all the horror movies about 315, waking up in the middle of the night? Check this out. 15 hours, 15 minutes is the same as 315. This equals to 915 minutes. 315 is 180 minutes plus 15 is 195, the same letters, A, E, and I. A is a misconception because A plays from this position over here. Therefore, A cannot come into position until A has gone once around and moves its position over here. Why? Because all these boards are singletons. When we play games or whatever we do at prime numbers, you must take this in prime numbers and switch it. I'm going to try and find a picture, if I have a picture somewhere, of prime numbers switched. Hold on a second. Prime numbers switched. Prime numbers switched. Prime numbers switched. Give me one more second. There's a ton of stuff. Prime numbers switched. Here, I got one. I got one. I got one. I got one. Right here. This is prime number switch. Why? Because this is your one board for your telephone. But you're calling who? The other person has to have a telephone here, then the in-between modem has to have a telephone here, and a telephone here. You got to create the whole telephone over here. See the cross? The cross that we're on over here? This also links up when you go play baseball. You want to play baseball? Well, we need more than one field in baseball. We need the extended fields. So this is the cross. Now, all these numbers, 9, 9, 9, 9, go to the center. After that, you get 8 and 6, 8 and 6, 8 and 6, 8 and 6. This becomes the center of the trapment of 8 and 6, 168, 7 days a week times 24 hours of 168. 357. 357, 357, 357. You have to understand that 5 is the passage. It's the halfway point. So 375 times 4 is 15. Times 4 again equals to your 60 minutes on the clock. You do that, you divide that by 316, you'll see how many 315s we get. So this is, you have to make everything. If it's a prime number, okay, if it's a prime number, this number will have to switch. This will be 3 times is the minimum, is 219. 3 times 73 is 219. I just lost my cover. Just give me a second. I'm going to pick it up with my foot. Thank God I'm half monkey, eh? Okay, so let's go back to what we were talking over here. 23 is the letter W. Beta creation. B, C, F, G. F, B-E-C-E, B-C-E-F, B-C-E-F, G. Now the question is, if I say it in French, this becomes J, this becomes F, this becomes B, this becomes the base. Because in French and in English, the B is in the E family in English, but in French it sounds like A, so B is A. So this becomes the base of 6, 7. This is the moon base. Okay, this is moon base. What we're going to do in here is, again, 63 is in the center. On the outside, 2 times 7, 2 plus 7 will create 23 again. This on the inside, 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 will create 27. Check. Watch this. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 equals to 18 plus 9 equals to 27. Now, we take 2 and 7 on the outside. 2 times 7, 2 plus 7 equals to 14 equals to 9 equals to 23. So this one will recreate this one over here. And 36 will recreate the 27. And there's your 50 stars. This would be Y, and this would be W. W and Y. Y equals B and E, and B and G, and B, A, and G because of the mix of French and English. W is actually telling you about 2 lives because that's what it says in French. Okay, so now we have these numbers over here. This will create 55, 7 times 6, 7 plus 6. This 27 is red. Red creation. This becomes 55. This becomes 11 equals to 66. The 2 worlds of 6 and 6, I multiply it and I add them together. So when I did this one over here, 27 and 23, this 27 will end up to be 23 now. I don't even have to switch this one. This one will become 11. This one will become 11. We have 1111 at 2320 hours in the day. By going all the way around, we bring everything together at a fine point. Okay? That's what this is all about. It's not that easy and it's not that hard. It's just for the better of the understanding. This RUOXST, the reason it's OX is because this center over here is crossed through and this center over here is crossed through the star. O and X goes into the center. Number 39 runs from the center. It runs rust. Why? Because it needs to run on a bearing, and bearings rust, creating orange, creating a bloody moon. Okay? At the same time, we're going to go to something a little bit different now. We're going to make a little move, and we're going to go to numbers. On this dice over here, okay, no, we're not going to get to that. First, we're going to go to opposites, okay? First, we're going to bring this together and this together. 1, 4 equals 5 on the left side of the 5. On the top side, on the right side is 23. 1 and 4, 2 and 3 is the same thing as what we just did over here. 1 and 4 is north, 23 is west, northwest. We'll create this opposite design. This is on one, this is on the other. 7 and 8 is 15, 6 and 9 is 15. They both become 15. Now check this out. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 6 and 5. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is 5 and 4 becomes the sun. 5 and 4 becomes the sun. This is the swastika. We're trying to work how our east, west, north, south, the same thing here as in here. 2 times 3, 1 times 4, 2 and 3 goes into 1 and 4. 7 and 8 come together, 9 and 6 come together. 7 times 8 equals 56. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. So they completely go into each other when the numbers are worked. Can you see that? Those numbers here? This is 8 and 7 equals 6. 8 plus 7 equals 15. 2 and 3 equals 5. 8 and 7 equals 15. So we're talking about 5, 10, 15. We need 3 chips here, $5 chips, and 1 chip here. 1 and 3, 3 and 1. Buy me a Big Mac and I'll tell you the rest of the story. Now we're going to go back to the top. 1 and 4. 1 and 4 is 5. 6 and 9 is 15. 5 and 15. 5 and 15. 9 and 6 equals to 15. 1 and 5 and 6. So they are identical. The cross identical. The difference is 8 by 7 is 56. 6 times 9 is 54. 54 creates the sun. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 recreates the sun. Both of these recreate the sun. 9 inside 6. 5 and 6, 11. 5 and 6, 11. 69 and 14 is 83. Back to south. 87 and 23 is 110. The 110 stories are volts of the Twin Towers. And this becomes 10 and this becomes 10. 28 is the days of the moon. And 37 are the wings. 37 are here, are the wings. But what are the wings to? When you move to low shoe numbers, which is a switch in numbers, the 3 becomes a 2. The 7 becomes an 8, 2 and 8. We have time heaven, the moon cycle, when we switch from here to here. So everything is exactly in order. Now, when we run the other way around, okay, we're going to run it the other way around. And we're going to run, taking this one from over here, I'm trying to remember which way. Oh yes, I take it down this way. Let me do it with my marker, with my red marker. Let me do it from here. You go down here, 36. Remember 36. This is your creation. It creates 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, 18 and 9, 27, 999. But it doesn't create this 9 over here. 14 creates this 9 over here. 14 is the outside of 23. AD and BC, 911. 365, 47. 47 is time of Christ. 365, the number of days in the year. 0.25 is the cycle. Now we bring the other one across. We're going to use a black marker for this one. We did this one, this one, this one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this one over here, this one over here, and this one over here. So 125.89. Now 89, okay, is H and I is 8 and 9. 8 and 9 equals to 17, equals to the crown of the queen. 9 times 8 is 72. or 27, which is 72 times 5, the cycle of turning around 360 degrees, 1.25 or 30 hours, 30 is creation, all zeros equal 6, back to 36 again. Over here, 1.25, which is 5 times 5, 5 times 5 times 5. Don't forget, one of the systems has to be running the clock, okay? 5 times 5 times 5, and that's you. The clock runs on you, equals 125. 125 of heaven, of I. H is the heaven, 9 is the I. 1, 2, 5, 8, 9 over 3, 6, 5, 4, 7. So we're going to go 1, 2, 5, 8, 9 over 3, 6, 5, 4, 7. Now I can do this the other way, and at the same time, okay, I can put the 3 on this side, start with the 7 and put it here. We're going to work it this way. 9 and 7 is 16, bring me the light. 8 and 4, bring me the passage. 5 and 5, bring me the energy. 6 and 2, bring me the heaven. 3 and 1, bring me the AC, power. Hook me up. But now we're going to count it. 9 and 7 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. 8 and 4 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 5 and 5 is 10. All 10s create a 7. 7 in the circle. 6 and 2 is 8. 3 and 1 is 4. This says space of the gateway inside the wing of creation. This would be Nibiru. 7, 3, 7. 3 by 7 is 21. 3 by 7 is 21. 3 plus 7 is 10. 3 plus 7 is 10 equals 31 equals 31. 4 and 4. This one will equal to 32 and 12. This one is the gateway for Father. This will become 44. 31 and 31 is 62 and 44. Now I can't actually give you an answer. I never did this before. This will create your cube. Okay, the cube, your mind, the cube that we work on, that runs the cycle, that runs this. This will give you your cube. I never added this before. All I know is this is the passageway for space. Okay, 8 times 4, 8 plus 4 is 32 and 12 equals to 44. 44 stands for space. 31, okay, stands for the AC energy, or the CA. It's, I think, I'm not sure, but which way you want to put it, but it becomes oh my God, I don't like to say this. How can I say this? Can we leave it out? We're going to leave it out for now. I have no choice. I have no choice. But it's irrelevant because I'm going to come back to this somewhere else. Now, I'm going to take this. I reversed it over here. One way, the other way. 365 days a year. 1.25 is the cycle. 1.25 of what? 144, and 144 is 288 times 1.25 equals to 360-degree turnaround. If 8 and 9, okay, is the heaven of I, then 4 and 7 is the time of Christ. This is the left side standing for 12 equals to 3. This is the right side standing for 18 equals to 9. This is your 3 and 9. And this is your 3 and 9 on the same side. 3 and 1 is the same 3 and 1 here. Your AC energy. See the way they're split up over here? They're split up everywhere. Here, it runs your mind. This runs your mind. What runs your mind? 3 and 7. Creation of the seventh gate runs your mind. And who is the birth inside of this mind? Man 6 in Neptune. 2, 9, 8, 1. 8 and 1 is 18. 2 and 9 is the birth. 2 worlds of the Venus birth, of the 8 heaven, of the 1 spirit. This is low shu. This is low shu. Now what we're going to do here in this one, we're going to do something else, okay? I'm going to take this dice. You know what? Maybe we should stop this video and I'll get into the next one. No. 1 is opposite of 6, okay? 6 and 1 are opposite. 1 and 6. If 1 and 6 are opposite, and I turn this upside down, okay, then where that 1 was over here is now 9. And where that 6 was over here is 4. 9 and 4 brings Pluto into Mars. Okay, we're going to go back again and do this again. Now, where 6 is over here, okay, 6 now goes into 7, 13. 1 to 6, 6 to 7, the same thing. Where 1 was over here, now we did this. Now we turn it around the other way. 6, the same design, the opposite way. 6 goes into 7 is 13. 1 goes into 6 is 7. 13 and 7 are the same numbers I had over here. It's the same numbers as on this dice, as if this dice had, what is it? How do we do it? 6 and 1 is 7. 6 and 1 equals 7. I'm not sure exactly how to explain it, but that's the way it works. 1 gets 6, 6 gets 7. Okay. The next one would be on the dice. 3 gets 4. 3 is here, 4 is here. 3 gets 4, and 4 gets 9. 1 gets 6. When you flip it over, 9 gets 4. So if the spirit of man gets the light, then he gets the light through Pluto and Mars, because they reverse each other the same way as this is the DC. The DC energy comes D and C. But in low Shu, it becomes Venus, Earth. And in this one, it becomes Earth, Mars. So Venus seems to be splitting up Earth. Venus and Earth. You have to decide for yourself. Where the one spirit of the 9 birth is in this one, Mars comes into man. Mars and man, Zion, Israel. This will create the double X of the Illuminati. 4 and 6 will create the double X of the Illuminati. 4 times 6, 4 plus 6 equals 10, and 24 equals 34. But because we had a 10, 4 and 6 is a 10, 34 gets 6 equals to 40. And that's a blue fire. Fire is red, and 40 is blue. Zion, Israel gets a blue 40. And because we have another 0 and 40, it becomes 46, and we repeat the same number again. Zion, Israel, from the one birth, one spirit of birth. In this one, we get 4 and 7, time of Christ. In this one, we get the light of man, 4 and 7. In this one, we get 7 and 8. And here we had 6 and 7. The spirit is 67 here, gives us the number 7 and 8 here. 7 and 8 are the gateways that are split up. Over here, this is Uranus, sitting here with Saturn, Saturn, Uranus, Mercury, Saturn, Uranus, reverse to Mars, Pluto, and then Mars, Earth. Mars, Earth. Here is now Venus, Earth. Where we did the swastika, I'm going to continue on. So we did 1, 6, we did 3, 4, and now it's 2, 5. Those are all the things on the dice. 1, 6, 3, 4, 2, 5. So 2 and 4, where we get Venus, Jupiter. Over here, we get 9 Pluto with 5 Jupiter. This is the Einstein theory. Right here, 9 and 5 is the theory of Einstein. This is where Neptune, this is where 1776 is now ruling in the center. It seems like they rule in the center of 1776 right over here. Okay, I'm only telling you what the numbers are. Okay, I didn't bring the elements, because if you bring the elements into here, we always have to remember, because 1 goes with 6 on here, the reality is the crisscross is 1, 9. So 16 and 19 is the letters 16 and 19. Because of on the dice, what happens to the dice, the most you can get is over here. 16 and 19 is S and P. Or how about Standard and Poor's? You want to go Standard and Poor's for a second? First ends in ST. Second ends in ND. Third ends in RD. Fourth, fifth ends in TH. You add an A and an A, because you have to have 2 A's. Once you have an A above, you have an A below. You have the E and I in between. You put the E over here, and you have a standard death. E and I in the O position. EIO is 59 and 59 and O. And that is your time clock. Neptune equals to 95. Einstein, 5, 9 equals to 14. ST equals to 39. 5, 9, 14. 95 and 1776. I'm not going to do it. It's a long calculation. Equals to the same thing. S family and P family. SB? Or how about Aspen, Colorado? 1 and 9, 1 and 6. So if this connects together, 1 and 9, 1 and 6, you automatically have to get 9 and 4. You automatically have to get 6 and 7. 6 and 7 becomes the moon relationship. Anyways, we're just going to jump off of that. I'm not going... Wow, that was... I almost lost my whole video. Let's go back to this. I hope I didn't lose you. When 3 and 4 is brought together, or 4 and 3, the 43rd president and the 34th president is Barack Obama and JFK. Why is it? Because Grover Cleveland was counted twice. I do not remember the other ones, okay? But it becomes 77. 77. 3 and 4, 4 and 3. I'm trying to figure out which way to go. There's just so many things in here to do. Yeah, let's continue in the explanation of Lo Shu. So what we have over here is 2 and 8 is time heaven, and over here we have creation of the 7th gate, which is Uranus and Earth, versus Venus and Neptune. We run everything from 9, 5, and 1. Okay, don't forget, here is 5 and 4, the sun. Okay, the moon is 5 and 7. Okay, where am I going to show you this? Where is this design? Okay, it's right here. It's right here. Here's your 6 and 7. You see the clock? It's at 3 o'clock, and it's 7.5 minutes after the half hour, after the 30 minutes. Okay, here's your 1 and your 6. Okay, I'm going to see if I can run it the other way. The other way to show you this, okay, here's your 1. Here's your 6. So you go down to here and you run over to here. 7.5 minutes. Because 45 degrees and 45 degrees and 45 degrees and 45 degrees. You go 45 degrees from here to here. Then you go 45 degrees from here to here. Then you go 45 degrees from here to here and 45 degrees from here to here. Everything is 7.5. That's why I call it the gateway. Those are your markers. Okay? 22.5 minutes. 15 times 15 equals to 22.5 minutes. Plus 30 equals to 255. Okay? 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 equals to 55. 2 of the 55 is 110 stories. That's why we get this setup over here. Let me try and see if I can show you the exact picture, because I see it sort of lights up in my head. So when we have the sun over here and the gateway, this is the way the sun and the gateway, this here represents the moon, and at the same time 5775 represents the year of the moon, the year of the moon, and the year of the sun. 57 and 54 equals to 111. 111, okay, is part of a 35, which is the gateway, which is part of 37, which is Nibiru, which is in between the two worlds. And then we get 39, which is time heaven, equals to 111, 111. There's more ways to get it than that. I don't know where all the papers are right now. So we get this over here, but in this one, we get 156. On the number pad, this says communication, the flow of the wolf. On this one, it says the sun and the moon. In this one over here, I don't know which one's right. The next one, we get 253. Okay, 5 and 3 is electric company. 2 and 5 is the number of man and his heart. 28 and 24. 28 would be time heaven. I'm not, well, wherever, I mean, 28 is time heaven, TH. Okay, you can go Beth. You know, they talked about the start of Bethlehem. Well, this 28 will create the same thing. Beth, okay? Bethlehem, the 3 little pigs, because it takes the pigs, okay, the split hoof, to divide it, the nose, that you stick your fingers in the nose, you go from one side to the other side. 2, 5, and 3 over 3, 5, and 4. 3, 5, and 4, okay, is a sequence. It's a straight. 8, 12, father. 7, 10, the jack. This says jack. This is a hookup. This becomes 7, gateway, while this becomes 2, 4, 9, 3, 8, 12, 3. This becomes creation. This becomes a gate. 7 is the gate, the G. When we go down 3, 5, 6, this becomes electric company. This becomes the flow. But this becomes the flow. This is inside. Don't forget where these are. These are planets I'm talking about now. You want to talk about elements? I'll switch all these around and I won't talk about east, west, north, south. I'll talk about elements. Don't forget, take a look at your sports teams. Take a look at your sports teams. Every division is divided up specially, and everything has been changed in the last couple of years. I'm not sure if we finish this. 5, 6, 6, 5. I mean, there's just so many things. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 6 and 5, 11. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, 6 and 5, 11. All these numbers become the same. What is 1973? Those are your outside numbers. The only one in between is the 5. 9 and 7 is 16. Bring me on the light. 3 and 1 is 4. 3 and 1 is 4. And 16. Bring me on the light. Zion, Israel. 46. 1 is a combination of 34. 4 times 6, 4 plus 6 is 34. Zion, Israel, bring me on the blue fire. We have other connections. 2 and 5 is 7. 5 and 8 is 13. When you flip it upside down, 2 and 5, they reverse to 5 and 8. It's 7, 10, and 13. 7 to 10, 10 to 13. Since 10 becomes 16, and 1 and 6 is 7, bring me on the sweet 16, light me up. It becomes 7, 7, 13, which becomes 7, 7, 4. And 7, 7, 4 will equal to 57, 75. 7 times 5, 7 plus 5 will equal 12 and 32. Will equal to 35 and 12. Will equal to 47. The other upside down one here, 9 and 5 is 14. 2 and 5 is 7. 7 and 14 becomes the way of the cube. 5 and 1 is 6. 5 and 8 is 13. 13 becomes 4. 6 becomes Zion, Israel. So it seems like in one world they're going to run this, in the other world they're going to run this. Because this one here and this one here in the center, this one here in the center says the passage of one spirit. This one here in the center says this, the heaven, I got to think of this, the heaven of the AC energy, because it's 13. 13 is the AC energy. 13 is the AC energy. 7 and 8 is 15. 7 and 8 is 15. 7 and 8 is 15. 6 and 7. 6 and 7 is 13. Zion, Israel again. I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, when you take X and X and put it next to each other, right, you get an O in the middle. Once you go the O in the middle, you got V-O-V, Vav, okay, which stands for man in Hebrew. Did we do them all? 1 and 5 get 6. 8 and 5 gets 13. This becomes 19. 2 and 5 gets 7. 9 and 5 gets 14. Equals 21 and 19. The two sides of free parking and monopoly. We did 8 and 7, 15. We did 7 and 6, 13. We did 9 and 4, 13. We did 6 and 3, 9. So 6 and 3, 9 is creation. 9 and 4, 9 times 4 equals 36 will be making creation. So it seems like these numbers are making creation, but these low shoe numbers are real. Anyways, I'm going to stop right now. I'm tired. There's so much more to say. Raphael, 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Have yourself a fine night. Where is the gold time heaven? We are in the east, the foxhole of Mars. Here we have 67, which is man's gate. 67, we're looking for, the spirit number is 91. It takes 24, so for the 24 hours of man. Here we need 18. 18 and 24, they both represent man inside west. We're looking for 91, equal to 40. Inside east, we need 40. We need Zion, Israel. We need the blue world to equal to this. Inside north, north equals to 75. We need the light inside north to equal to 91. We need 8. We need the split heaven in order to run the south. Now, what I just did is the numerological count for certain numbers. They're exact.
91 is the spirit, okay? 91 is the spirit. 1 and 9 are the only two that remain yellow and pull. Everything else separates its colors. The red ball becomes 3 and 11, 14, and that's the band that surrounds this dice. So if you want to understand where Nibiru is, you have to understand all the numbers that go along, because Einstein says it's just relative. Nostradamus came up with some design and numerological way to do things that it makes everything relative. What did I do here? This is the roulette table. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we bring the bullhorn. 28 and 31 are black. Skip 25 red, go to 22, black. Skip 19 and 16 red. Here's where it is. This is the center of your 1, 1, 1. And the bullhorns that go up and down and around the reds. This is one area, this is one area, and this is one area. 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 9. I didn't do 2, 5, and 8, but I do have that design. I do have that design. Just going to see if I can, let me see if I can find it. See that design on the floor? Well, that's the design. The other one I wanted to show you is, I'm going to go and get it. I'm going to try and find it, since we've been here for 40 minutes already, and I wasn't even prepared. I wasn't even prepared. Pictures. Okay, here I got it. I got it. Okay, let me move this over. Okay, I want to show you. See, this is the roulette board over here. See this and this? This is first base. This is third base. You have to bring everything that you know in life. In order to understand this, you have to bring everything out of the closet. This is the dugout, and this is the dugout, right? If it's the dugout, does it mean first base? I mean, is this first base over here and the dugout's over here? Well, you know what I'm saying. See the two Ds? Is this the ball field? Where are the bleachers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It was this that dictated to me what to do. I have to follow what it does. I have to replicate. So if I had to replicate and it came all the way to here, then I automatically have to replicate the same thing over here, because I have tails. These are all tails sticking out. There's a tail over here. There's a tail over here. I must link. I just can't do it like this, okay? This over here, this here, this here, this here, and this here is 4 games of roulette, okay? 144 numbers. But in between the 144, there's in between numbers, okay? Since this is the total of roulette, okay? The in between, you see this over here? Okay, there's one here, there's one here, there's one here, there's one here, there's one here. I have to go this way and this way, okay? These are the rings. Here's a ring, and here's a ring, and here's a ring, and here's a ring. Here's an 8, and here's an 8. Here's an 8 over here. Now, I want to show you one thing. See this one here, and this one here, and this one here? 1, 1, 1, 1. This is your 111. You're connecting your 16, excuse me, I didn't say that right. You're connecting your 16 and your 19. You're connecting your 17 and your 20. It's your 17 and your 20 that is your Nibiru. It is the gateway, okay, to the doghouse of Saturn. And that one is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's right over here. 17 and 20 are right here. 17 and 20 are right here. 17 and 20 are right here. And 17 and 20 are right here. How do I know? Because this one over here is the 7th inning stretch. Right over here. So if that's a 7th inning stretch over here, that means the next 7th inning stretch has to be 16 and 19, 17 and 20. 7th inning stretch is right here. That means 1, 2. You see, what I do is 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. And I bring everything inside. And this shows you your power energy. I have to do this again. Here's a Y. Here's a Y. See, there's no 8 here. You see the 8's at the bottom, this 8 over here. See the X, the X, the X, the X, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there any other X's in here? I'm trying to figure out exactly. I may not have filled in all the lines. I think I did fill in all the lines. Anyways, I have to go. Miss Missy just showed up at the desk. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Miss Mew, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, so let me put away the camera. Enjoy the eve. Thank you very much.